Good afternoon. Hello students. I myself Professor Y.T. Shinde, Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalaya Srigonda, District Ahmednagar. This college is affiliated by Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune, and the choice-based credit system syllabus to be implemented from academic year 2020 to 2021, and this choice-based credit system syllabus of SYBSE semester first, semester third paper first and second, there are 4 credit points, 2 credit points paper first and 2 credit points paper second, and practical based on the paper number first and paper number second, that is paper number third, carry 2 credit points, that is semester third carry 6 credit points, same as semester fourth carry 6 credit points. Total SYBSE course code carry or SYBSE carry 12 credit points of only botany subject. Today we know that and we learn, and I will deliver a lecture on question banks on the unit number 6, ecological grouping of plants. This aim of this video lecture is only for SYBSE students for educational purpose. Question banks on ecological grouping of plants is as follows. What is ecology? Then what is the meaning of ecology? There are 2 components of ecology, oikos and logos. Oikos means house or dwelling place, and logos means to study. Then this term was coined by Haeckel. That is, what is the Greek meaning of ecology? What is ecology? Who proposed the term ecology or coined the term ecology? Another question of this ecology is, what is the adaptations? Adaptation is structural, functional and physiological behavioral change for better adjustment to its surrounding. This is the definition of ecology, adaptations. That is, what is adaptation? Adaptation is structural, functional or behavioral changes for better adjustment to the environment or surrounding, called adaptation. The next questions, what is ecological adaptations? Ecological adaptation of plant can be defined as structural change in plant according to the type of habit and survival within the environment. This is called ecological adaptations. The next question arises or asked in the examination, or we know that what types of question asked in the examination. What is classification of plant communities? What is classification of plant communities according to Warming in 1909 on the basis of water requirement? On the basis of water requirement. That is, Warming in 1909 classified the group of plant communities into 5 types, that is hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes, epiphytes and halophytes. Then another question asked in the examination, what is hydrophytes? You know that definition of hydrophytes, definition of epiphytes, definition of mesophytes and definition of xerophytes and definition of halophytes. What is question in the examination? Question will be asked, what is hydrophytes? Give the classification of hydrophytes, give external and internal adaptation of hydrophytic stem as you studied. Hydrophytes, plants which grow in water or in wet places, called hydrophytes. Xerophytes, plants which grow in dry habits or xeric conditions, is called xerophytes. Mesophytes, the plants which grow water climates and soils are favorable are called mesophytes. Epiphytes, the autotrophic plants which grow on the surface of some other supporting plants and are permanently rooted in the soil are called epiphytes. This group is not classified by Warming, but there is only 4 groups. Halophytes, the plants which grow on the sandy soils or salty soils or in saline near seashore are called halophytes. These are classification of warming according to warming in 1909 by on the basis of requirement of water. Then what is hydrophytes? Give the classification of hydrophytes. Hydrophytes are classed or classified into free floating hydrophytes, or rooted hydrophytes, or submerged hydrophytes. Submerged hydrophytes means the plants which completely submerged in the water. Rooted hydrophytes means the plants which rooted at the base bottom of the water, and free floating hydrophytes, the plants which float on the surface of water. These are classification of hydrophytes, and there is also question will be asked in the examination: what is free floating hydrophytes, what is rooted hydrophytes, what is submerged hydrophytes. These are questions. Free floating hydrophytes example: Ecornia, Trappa, Ulpia, Pistia, Lemna, Azolla. These are free floating hydrophytes. Rooted hydrophytes examples: Nilumbia, Marsilia, Nymphia. These are examples of rooted hydrophytes. Then submerged rooted hydrophytes example: Hydrilla, Felicinaria, Potamogeton. Then what is the ecological adaptations or ecological adaptation in hydrophytes? Rooted hydrophytes, external. What is the hydrophytes? Give external adaptations in roots and internal adaptation in roots. This question will be asked in the examination. Example as you studied. Then write what is hydrophytes. Give or describe external and internal adaptations in hydrophytes. What is hydrophytes? Describe external and internal adaptations of leaf. These are questions asked in the examination. The next point: what is mesophytes? What is mesophytes? Give external and internal adaptations of mesophytes as you studied the plant. Next questions in the examination: give or enlist 4 hydrophytic plants as you studied. Enlist 4 mesophytic plants as you studied. That is hydrophytic plants: Ulpia, Lemna, Azolla, Hydrilla, Felicinaria. Mesophytic plant: sunflower, mango, hibiscus, maize. These are mesophytic plant. Then next questions in the examination: give or what is xerophytes? What is xerophytes? Plants which grow in dry or xeric conditions are called xerophytes. Give the classification of xerophytes, or what is the characters of xerophytes? Habitats usually dry, desert, rock surface. Habitats which are physiologically dry. Habitats physically or physiologically slope of mountains. These are hydrophytic plants grow in the surface of soils. Then types of xerophytes. There are ephemer or ephemer annuals, succulent and non-succulent. These are types of xerophytes. What is ephemer annuals? Annual plants complete their life cycle within a very short period, that is 6 to 8 weeks, is called annuals. Example: Argemone mexicana, Solanum xanthocarpon, Cassia tora, Teprosa purpurea. Then what is succulents? They are the plants that suffer from dryness in external environment. These plants are swollen and thick, leathery and succulent. Example: Opuntia, Euphorbia, aloe, agave, asparagus and cacti. These are plants. These plants are succulents which included in the xerophytes. Then what is non-succulent plants? Non-succulent plants are Calotropis procera, Acacia nilotica, Jujuba jujuba, Caperiza phyla, Prosopis julifera and Nerium. These plants are non-succulent plants. Then long answer questions will be asked in the examination: what is xerophytes, or what is succulent plants, or what is non-succulent plants, or what is ephemeral annuals. What is xerophytes? Give and describe external and internal adaptations of root, external and internal adaptations of stem, external and internal adaptations of leaf. These questions will be asked in the examinations. Then next questions: what is halophytes? What is halophytes? Give types of halophytes. Which plant is non-mangrove? Which plant is mangroves? which plant or what is the nematophores, define vivipary, how will you difference hydrophyte and halophytes, enlist the any 4 hydrophytes, enlist the any 4 mesophytes, enlist the any 4 xerophytes, enlist the any 4 halophytes. Then first questions on the halophytes. What are halophytes? Halophytes are the salt living plants that occurs naturally only on salty soil water. They grow along the salt marshes or seashores or estuaries. Give the classification of halophytes. Halophytes are classified into 2 types, non-mangrove and mangrove, or littoral swamp forest or mangroves, and pseudophilous halophytes or non-mangroves. Littoral swamp forests are example Rhizophora and Spasmo-halophytes. These plants grow on sand and rocks or stones. They can called false mangroves. Example Ipomia biloba, Maryad whale or Samundra whale or Martikacha whale. Give 4 mangrove plant. Example Rhizophora, Avicennia, Sonorcia. These are mangrove plants. Examples of mangrove plants. Then questions will be asked on the halophytic plants, that is plants of salty habits. What is nematophores? Define vivipary. How will you differentiate hydrophytes and halophytes? How will you differentiate hydrophytes and halophytes and xerophytes? How will you differentiate mesophytes and halophytes? These are questions are asked in the examination. Then next types of questions, short answer types of questions. Define adaptation, define ecology. What is the Greek meaning of ecology? Who first coined the term ecology? Enlist the groups of plants according to water requirement, that is hydrophyte, mesophyte, xerophytes, halophytes. What are hydrophytes? Give the classification of hydrophytes. Give difference between xerophytes and hydrophytes. What are epiphytes? Give the examples of epiphytes. The plants which grow on other plants is called epiphytes. Example orchids. What is filament tissue? How will you differentiate halophytes and hydrophytes? What are mesophytes? Give 4 plants or enlist the 4 plants of mesophytes. Enlist the any 4 plants of submerged hydrophytes. Enlist the any 4 plants of floating hydrophytes. Enlist the any 4 plants of rooted hydrophytes. Give the next questions will be asked in the examination. Mention any 4 external adaptation in hydrophytes root, hydrophyte stem, hydrophyte leaf. Mention any 4 internal adaptations in hydrophyte stem, hydrophyte leaf, hydrophyte roots. Then give any 2 external and anatomical characters of mesophytes. Give any 4 external and any 4 internal adaptations in mesophytes with suitable examples. Draw net label diagram wherever necessary. What are ephemeral xerophytes? What are ephemeral xerophytes? Give the definition of ephemeral xerophytes. Example Argemone mexicana, the plants which grow in xeric conditions and which completes life cycle within the 6 to 8 weeks is called ephemeral xerophytes. What is next questions? What are succulents? Give the excellent examples of succulents. Aloe vera, agave macarana, asparagus. These are succulent plants. What are non-succulent plants? Calotropis procera, nerium. These plants are non-succulent plants. Then enlist any 4 internal adaptations in xerophytes. Enlist any 4 external adaptations in xerophytes of stem, leaf and root. Mention any 4 adaptations in halophytic plants. Mention any 4 internal adaptations in halophytic plants. Mention any 4 external adaptations in halophytic plants, that is stem, that is root, that is leaf. Give any 4 external adaptations in salt lovers, that is halophytes. What are nematophores? What are nematophores? Define vivipary. These are short answer type questions asked in the examination. Then long answer types of questions. Give classification of plants according to the environment. Add a note on adaptive features of hydrophytes. What are hydrophytes? comment on external and internal adaptations of hydrophytes, give classification of hydrophytes and add a note on significant external and internal features found in this group, explain adaptive characters, explain adaptive characters in mesophytes. What are xerophytes? Mention its types and note on external and internal adaptation of stem and leaf of xerophytes. Comment on external and internal adaptation in halophytes. Comment on external and internal adaptation in xerophytes. Comment on external adaptation in hydrophytes. Comment on external and internal adaptation in mesophytes. What are types of halophytes? Give differentiation halophytes. Give different adaptation in halophytes. Define halophytes. Comment on external and internal adaptation in halophytes. These are questions, short types questions and long answer questions on the external groups or ecological groups of plants. Unit number 4. There are also some questions that write notes on only hydrophytes, only nematophores, only vivipary, only succulent, only non-succulent, only amphibious xerophyte, only floating, only amphibious hydrophyte, only floating hydrophytes, only free submerged hydrophytes. These are short notes on asked in the examination. Then today we study or we discuss on the question bank of unit number 4. Question bank of unit number 4. Introduction, ecology, adaptation and grouping of plants, adaptations, classification of warming according to or on the basis of requirement of water. Then mesophytes, that is submerged and floating and rooted mesophytes. Then xerophytes, that is ephemeral, succulents, non-succulents. Then external and internal adaptation in hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes, halophytes, that is root, stem, leaf. Then anatomy of nematophores. Then what is the vivipary. Then littoral swamp forest. Then write notes on mangrove. Then write notes on non-mangrove plants. Then objective types question, there is multiple choice question will be asked in the examination. Which is the or that is the salt loving plant? Rhizophora, Avicennia, Sonarcia, these are salt loving plants. Nerium belongs to the adjacent groups of plants, that is non-succulent xerophytes. Hydra belongs to the hydrophytes. Ulpia lemna belongs to the hydrophytes. Mango belongs to the adjacent groups of plants, that is mesophytes. These are questions will be asked in the examination. The aim of this video lecture is only for educational purpose for SYBC students. Today we know and we learn how to ask questions on the chapter or unit number 6, ecological grouping of plants. This is the 6th number of question banks of SYBC students, paper 1st, semester 3rd, taxonomy of angiosperms, credit 2nd, plant ecology, and today or this is the last video lecture of SYBC students. Here we have complete syllabus of SYBSc semester 3rd, paper 1st, credit 1st, taxonomy of angiosperm and credit 2nd, plant ecology by online or video lecture. Next lecture we will discuss only multiple choice of questions and only short types of answer questions, that is define what is, who coined, who proposed, who coined the term, who proposed the term. These questions will be asked to the students, and today we have completed the syllabus of SYBSc students. Thank you.